Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Today we have come up with yet another interesting topic, that is a debate going on right now in the Supreme Court of India about a road that has been constructed or that is being constructed in the Char Dham region of Uttarakhand. And the issue basically relates to the development, that is we are talking about economic development or infrastructure development versus the effect it has on the environment, especially the adverse effect it has on the environment. So let us delve deeper into the topic. So first of all, if we try to understand that why it is in news, so the reason is because last week the Honorable Supreme Court of India has reserved its judgment on an appeal that was filed by Ministry of Defence of India regarding an order that was passed by Supreme Court in September 2021, where Supreme Court had specified the maximum width of the road that can be constructed in the hilly regions of Uttarakhand, especially along this Char Dham region. So Ministry of Defence has actually opposed the limitations of this width, and they said that the road width need to be increased for proper military transportation in times of war or something like that. So that is the whole issue. Now if we try to understand that what is this project all about, the project is a flagship initiative initiated by the Government of India, initiated by the central government, and it is also bears a mark of Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. So that makes this project more important. Now the estimated expense after the completion of this project will be somewhere around rupees 12,000 crores, as it is a highway expansion project, and the first time the vision of this project was we can say envisioned in year 2016. The reason why this project has been commissioned, the main objective if we try to understand about this project is that we have a region called as Char Dham, that is Yamunotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath and Badrinath. These four pilgrim places located in the Himalayas, we can say Garhwal range of Himalayas in the Uttarakhand state of India. So the roads, total about 889 kilometers of hill roads are there, and the main objective of this project is to provide all-weather connectivity in this Char Dham circuit consisting of all these four shrines. Apart from that, if you look at on the map that what is the project or how this project will be commissioned, so here we can see, here we have the Rishikesh, another important pilgrim places, and this is our four places, four dhams, that is Yamunotri here, we have Gangotri we can see, we have Badrinath, and we have Kedarnath, and we have Badrinath. So these red lines you can see from Rishikesh, we have to in this project provide connectivity via the mountains of Himalayas to all these four shrines of Char Dham. So that is the whole project, how it will look like after the completion. Now to understand that what the debate is all about, we need to go slightly into the background of this whole debate. So somewhere in 2016, as we have discussed, the vision of this Char Dham project was presented by the government, and in December 2016, the Prime Minister Modi himself has laid the foundation stone for building up or for initiating the building up of the roadways or highways. And while laying on the foundation stone, we can say he has said that this project is in memory of all those people who died in the flash floods of Uttarakhand before that year. Then in 2018, a new development occurred where a new standard specification was presented by the Ministry of Road Transportation and Highways, where the MORTH or Ministry of Road Transportation and Highways says that the maximum width up to which highways can be constructed in the hilly regions of India should be 7.5 meters. That is the width. That means if we talk about, and this width, like if you look at this is suppose the highways. So this width, apart from all these, we have this rail guards are there here. So all these should not exceed 7.5 meters. However, against this decision, a PIL, or also called as public interest litigation, was filed by an NGO in Dehradun, that is called as Citizens for Green Doon, as they were opposed to this project or opposed to the expansion of these highways, as the NGO believed that this kind of projects which lead to felling of large amount of trees or cutting of vast area of forest, vast area of hills, and all this debris that accumulates because of these activities, that will create serious ecological changes and can lead to disaster in the coming years for the people living in that area. So that was the ground of what PIL was filed by the NGOs. Then further, on the basis of this PIL, Supreme Court formed a committee that is called as High Powered Committee under the expert chairmanship of Ravi Chopra, who is a very well known environmentalist, and this committee had 21 members. In this 21 members, 14 members were from the government and 7 were independent members. So when the committee was deliberating on this issue, there was a diversification, there you can say conflict of view, where 14 members, government members, believe that the expansion of road or width of road shall be increased, while 7 members did not agree to that, and they said that the width of the road should be limited to, or should be lesser, somewhere about 5.5 meters and not more than that. While the 14 members, the majority members were saying that road width can be 7.5 meters, even can 7.5 meters, even can be exceeded to 10 meters if requirement arises. So that was the view, the split in the committee, 14 versus 7, 14 saying 7.5 meter, 7 saying 5.5 meter to be the maximum width of the highways. Taking that into cognizance, in year 2020, Supreme Court, upon receiving the final report of the committee, upheld the minority committee recommendation, that is the 7 members who had presented the view, and they said that the maximum width of road should not exceed 5.5 meters in the highways in the hilly areas of Himalayas. However, the army contested this fact and they demanded that a double lane road is required for the Indian army or Indian military with a carriageway of minimum 7 meter and overall width being 8 to 10 meter. Carriageway means the actual road width on which transportation is possible. Apart from that, some width has to be assigned for border guards or boundary rails. Apart from that, some width has to be decided, we can say, fixed for raising the platforms and all these things. But overall transportation in which transportation is possible should be 7 meter as per the requirements of the army. Further, in the same year in 2020, the Ministry of Road Transportation Highway, which has earlier fixed the maximum width on the national highways in forested in hilly areas to be 7.5 meter, changed its we can say report or changed its decision and amended it to increase up to 10 meter. Now, looking at this amendment, now Ministry of Defence, we can say it also has changed its stance, and now instead of demanding a road with 7 meter wide width, they are now demanding a road having 10 meter carriage width with 10 to 12 meter formation width. That means the actual transportation will happen over the 10 meter width, but overall the width of national highways could exceed 10 meters and can go up to almost 12 meter. So this issue is going on, and in April the same year 2021, Supreme Court, the matter was referred to the Supreme Court, where Supreme Court denied hearing on this matter, and they said that because the pandemic was going on, as you already know. So Supreme Court said that only those matters which require urgent attention should be brought to the Supreme Court, and this matter does not require urgent attention, so should be taken up later. And that is why in June or in end May, government again filed a petition and asked the Supreme Court to take this matter on an urgent basis. Following this, in this same year, November 2021, the hearing last week has already began on this matter. So that is the whole debate. Now we have to understand that why the environmentalists are protesting against or are not in favor of increasing the width of the national highways. So the issues that relate to this, that why environmentalists are against the project, can be understood from this simple fact that if you increase the width of the road in hilly areas, okay, the more and more width of the road is there, more wider roads are there, there is a requirement of additional cutting of slope, additional blasting by the dynamites and all these things to make ways for the highways, additional tunneling is required, and that will create a lot of extra waste, or we can say extra debris material that can cause dumping, and dumping of that can cause severe deforestation also and deterioration of ecology of the Himalayan regions. And due to these extra measures needed to be taken for increasing the width of the road, can cause or can further destabilize the Himalayan terrain and increase the vulnerability to the Himalayan terrain for landslides as well as flash floods. We have seen that in several times, in every 2 to 3 year interval, we have some landslides and flash floods and this cloud burst occur that maximizes the damage in the Himalayan areas, causing massive landslides, and that even causes the whole village to be washed away by such incidents. So that is the main concern of the environmentalist. Now the question comes that the project is going on, construction is going on. So let us try to understand the from legal point of view, that how legal is the construction. So we talk about the legality of construction. In August 2020, the High Powered Committee Chairman Ravi Chopra, as we have discussed, he wrote a note to the Environment Ministry where he said that the project is being implemented in brazen violation of statutory norms that has been that has been put in place in India for any environmental projects or any development project. And the main point on which he said that the rule of law is not being followed, first example he has given that there is a work going on over this project or over this highway development without the valid permission. For example, he said that the project work and felling of trees on different stages almost to a length of 250 km has been continuing illegally since 2017-18 because requisite permission from the departments or ministries has not been undertaken. Second, he also has said that there is also an issue of where he says that some areas are there which lies in the eco-sensitive zone, but that area has been shown as not lying in the eco-sensitive zone. So, for example, these highways are passing through areas like Valley of Flower National Park, or we have Rajaji National Park, and we have this some other national parks are there. So, that is shown to be not lying in eco-sensitive zone, but highways passing through the eco-sensitive zone. That is the second. Third is that he says the development project is also in violation of clear violation of the Supreme Court's directive, where state government in its notification has said that they will not start work on those stretches which has on which work is not started yet, and after the SC direction they will take decision regarding the starting of new work in those stretches. However, we have seen that work has started on even those stretches for at least 50 km without a clear directive from the Supreme Court. So, this is the whole legal tussle going on between HPC and this project that is being commissioned by the Border Road Organization and all these things. Also, Ravi Chopra has said that this Border Road Organization, which is responsible for construction of highways in those areas, they have whatever permissions they are operating on, this permission has been granted in year 2010 and 12, and that permission is actually null and void and should not be and should be renewed, but still they are working on the same permission of 8-10 years back. So, that is the whole issue about legal stance. Now, so the dispute is between two entities are there. One, we can say Ministry of Defence, who is in favor of increasing the stretch or increasing the width of the national highways. On the other hand, we have high powered committee led by Ravi Chopra. So, the MOD wants the road to be extended or want the width of the road to be stretched because they said that there is a risk of external threat, especially at the Indo-China border, and this to some extent is also true because if you look at from last 2-3 years continuously there is scuffle going on at the Indo-China border, especially in Ladakh region and all these regions. So, in terms or in times of external threat in future, the increased width of road can help military in quick defense deployment as well as transportation of military supplies. Especially Ministry of Defence has said that in case of war they will need to transport missile systems, especially like BrahMos missile, or they need to transport heavy artilleries, and for that they cannot transport this from a narrow through a narrow width of road, and that is why they want it to be increased. However, the high powered committee has contested this viewpoint and they have said that instead of focusing on the wider road, we should focus on a road that can be disaster resilient. That means what we can say that suppose that we made a wider road and such kind of wider roads are not suitable in such a fragile Himalayan ecology, and in terms of massive flood or we can say massive rainfall or due to heavy weight of the transportation equipments and everything, the road can give away. That means it can like landslides can happen, the road can be we can say get blocked or something like this. So, we should focus on disaster resilient road, not on the wider road. And also HPC has said that we should not disregard the profound and irreversible ecological damage such widening of roads can cause in the Himalayas, and that the next coming generation or future generation will have to bear the brunt of this. And they have given the examples of also the NGOs which have filed the petition. They have also given example of Pithoragarh, where this massive landslide has occurred and due to this the 3 main roadways were there that connects India with the border at the China, and that Indo-China border roadways were blocked for several months because of this massive landslides. So, they also said that because just these roads are wider, but landslide have caused the blockage of such road. So, that is why we should focus on such roads which can give permanent connectivity or a long term connectivity rather than wider connectivity. And however, Ministry of Defence actually contested this view by giving the example of the Dhauliganga Ganga river, and recently there was a flash flood in the Dhauliganga Ganga river and massive landslide occurred, but they have said that the construction of this highway is not directly or indirectly responsible for such flash floods. So, such kind of considerations should not be made. So, this is the whole viewpoint of both Ministry of Defence as well as high powered committee. Now, what is the way forward? So, if you look at this, as we know, the matter is sub judice in the Supreme Court, and the judgment will likely serve as a benchmark for balancing we have both concerns within the legal framework and draw not so fine line between vanity project and a strategic imperative. We cannot deny the importance of strategic importance of the border roads, but at the same time we have also to balance, we have to balance the views on the environmental and ecological damage such construction can cause in the fragile system of Himalayas. So hopefully the judgment that will be given by Supreme Court will help us settling this matter and can also help as a guideline for the other upcoming projects to be undertaken in the Himalayas. So that is all about this debate going on regarding Char Dham road. So I hope you enjoyed the session. If you like it, please like, share and subscribe. We'll come soon with a new topic. Till then, take care. Thank you very much.